All right, so welcome to our team call tonight. Before I pass it over to Jackie, I'm going to let Rachel go over the Success Club board and any rank advancement that happened. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to you, Rachel.
All right, we have what, 5 days left of January? Is that right? That's crazy. So plenty of time to make things happen, but clearly we've got a lot of people doing a lot of really great things and helping a lot of people. So leading our team this week is Genevieve Struck with 24 points, which is 12 people. She's helped 12 new people so far this month. Leah Lively at 18, and then Shauna and myself have both locked in Success Club 10. And then at Success Club 8 is Raquel and Caitlin, and Success Club 6, Haley and Jessica. And then just one person away from locking in Success Club is Jordan, Abby, Allison, Robert, Crystal, Angela, Denise, Sarah, Joanna, Leanne, Mallory, and Laura. And with 2 points on the board, so at least one person so far this month is Murphy, helping one person so far this month, Murphy, Marissa, Jennifer, Maureen, Kristen, Christy, Jackie, Gilda, Tori, Rochelle, Fallon, Leslie, and Holly. I'm pretty sure that is the longest list that we've had so far in the last 2 months since we've done that. So awesome. 5 days left of the month, plenty of time to make things happen, but as we all know, it usually takes more than one day to make, a sale, to get someone signed up. So make sure you're using every single day this week to reach out to people and get started. And I know Jackie's going to talk about that. So, all right, I'm done with this.
All right, so I'm going to pass it over to the beautiful Jackie Robb. If you have not had the chance to get to know her yet, I highly recommend go follow her on social media because she literally is a ray of sunshine and you need her in your life. But what I want to talk about, Jackie, you've been a coach for about 3.5 years now, right? Yes. And she actually started as a customer in Rachel Johnston's group. And I'm pretty sure she did not see herself as a coach, that being ever anything that she thought she would do. But just to see her transform and blossom, one fun fact about Jackie is she is the only coach ever on Team VIP to speak on a national wake-up call, which is a big dang deal. But no big surprise because, like I said, she's a ray of sunshine and she's been able to help so many people. So I'm going to stop talking and let her take over. But make sure that you put your phone down, put your distractions away because you really want to soak up what she has to say, and we can have questions for her at the end. All right, my friend, on to you, Miss Jack.
All right. I don't think I'll ever get tired of being called a little ray of sunshine. That's kind of wonderful to be welcomed that way. All right. So tonight is persistence with heart. That's one thing that I found tried and true every single time I have a conversation. I'm going to share my screen with you, but first I got to figure out how to do that. It's right here. Okay. I'm hoping y'all can see that. Yes. Good. Wonderful. Okay, well, great. All right, so persistence with heart. First thing I want to say is always start with heart, because the more that you engage with them honestly and truly and meaningfully, if that's even a word, meaningfully, with meaning, I guess, the better your connection is. And honestly, if you're going to make a sale, or if you're going to make a new coach, or if you're going to make a new lifelong customer, if you don't have any meaningful connection or conversation, they're going to be gone in like a month. And while that's not always true, for the most part, I found that if I made a connection with somebody, they typically stick a little bit longer than a month. Or if we have meaningful conversations and it's not like sign up for my challenge group and then I don't ever talk to you again after the month of our challenge group, like they're gonna go away. They wanna have a relationship with you. It doesn't have to be fake. So a lot of people ask, well, I'm about cold invites, or I have to send out these many invitations, but it doesn't ever have to be fake. Like, search up hashtags of your favorite things. Like, if you really like flamingos, that's me. If you really like flamingos, search up like flamingo lover. You will find all kinds of crazy people that love flamingos. I love a good flamingo. But it doesn't have to be fake or Disney is so easy, and for my Disney shirt tonight, but Disney is so easy because it's something that everybody has a love for, or they haven't found the love for yet, or they ask questions about it. So it doesn't ever have to be fake, and that doesn't really make a good conversation either. You're either reconnecting with people or engaging with a future friend. So a lot of the coaches that I have, I either went to college with them, I went to high school with them, and I had no idea I was going to reconnect with them, and it just happened. And it didn't actually just happen. I actually messaged all of them and said, please tell me what made you sign up as a coach eventually, and I'll share some of those things with you in a minute. So I was reconnecting with people, and I promise you, if you're not having fun with that conversation, they're probably not having fun either. So if it's hard for you to keep that conversation going, like it shouldn't be a one-way street. It should be a two-way street for sure. So make it open and honest conversation that you want to continue. And like I said, if it doesn't excite you, it sure as heck is not going to excite them. And it doesn't have to be just about a challenge pack. It doesn't have to be about a challenge group. But like just reconnecting with somebody and feeling that like spark of like, oh my gosh, I forgot how awesome you are as a person. It makes a relationship a lot more fun. The next one is make it meaningful. So find your people. Now, I will tell you right now, and this slide comes up later, but I have the weirdest people reach out to me that were not my people for coaching, but more just like people for challengers. And typically they were like band moms that really wanted to lose the extra weight, or they just saw me up at the band hall and they're like, oh my gosh, Miss Rob, you're so positive and you're so happy. And they wanted that too. But that's not my coaching people. My coaching people are different. They're younger, they're fun, they have kids that are younger, or they're like brand new moms. And so I had to really separate that. And Rachel made it really easy for me to be like, okay, these are my coach people, these are my challenge group people. They're not always going to be the same thing. So you have to have at least one thing in common, because if you don't have that one thing in common, it makes it really hard to have conversations or make connections with people. So it could be like your lifestyle or your hair or hobbies, travel. And it's totally okay if their look on Instagram is not the same as yours. Like mine is super bright and colorful. And if you see Shara's, it's very like airy and light, and it's very similar to Rachel's, but like I'm like more like bold, bright colors. So it doesn't have to have the same look. I mean, as long as you are finding depth in their personality, and if you see that they're a kind-hearted person and that this is somebody that like you want them to be your best friend, it's totally fine if they don't have the same style as you on Instagram. So for coaching, I'm going to bring this up for I know we have a lot of new people trying to build a team. Ask, and then ask again. I have all my coaches, basically, I ask multiple times and they all turn me down every single time. And all of them that right now are actively coaching, I probably asked them like 3 or 4 times. Shara, today I asked them why she signed up to be a coach, and she's like, I'm pretty sure I voted on one of your polls and you reached out and then I ignored you. And that happens. And honestly, like, yes, it could definitely beat you down. We were talking about Girl Scout sales for Girl Scout cookies and how they get told no all the time. But I mean, it just takes that one person to say yes, and it changes your whole outlook. So keep on asking, even if they've said no. If you see potential in them, keep on asking them. And it doesn't have to be like obnoxious, like, girl, just do it. Just sign up as a coach. Because if you wouldn't want to be asked that way, then they probably don't either. But I definitely saw potential. And a lot of them ended up seeing me just being active on social media. And my happiness levels are skyrocketing. I mean, 35 pounds can weigh a lot more than just weight on you. It's definitely like mental stress. I was tired all the time. And once they saw that my life was completely changing, they're like, I want that too. And most of them signed up as just a discount. And actually, I think all of them sign up as a discount coach at first. And then over time, they're like, okay, if Jackie can do this, I can do this. I totally have got this. So planting seeds is all part of this business. So if you are sharing the coaching aspect more, then people are going to reach out about it more. And that was one thing that whenever I was in one of Rachel's mentorship groups, I think it was the beginning of last year, actually, like a push group that we were in, but it was all about like whatever you share, that's what you're going to get back. If you're sharing about challenge groups, you're going to get a lot of challengers. If you're sharing about coaching and what it's done for you, you're going to get more people interested in coaching. So the more you share, the better off it is. And that's sometimes hard for me because I don't like talking about money, mostly because I don't really pay attention to that. Like money just falls out of the sky over here. Like I don't pay any attention to it. Okay, it doesn't really fall from the sky, but it's not something I think about. And I don't like spending money, so I don't like talking about it. All right, so when you feel like giving up, this one like hits home every single time. So I've had at least 17 coaches just quit, and they weren't coaching coaches, but they were signed up as coaches, and at least 17. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's probably more, because it's been like almost 3.5 years. And I literally thought every single time that email got sent to me and my upline, I was like, oh my God, Rachel's gonna see this and she's gonna think I'm a failure and I'm a 2. And so that really weighs a lot on my heart. And I was just so paranoid. And I thought I was a failure. I was like, I can't do this. This is so hard. I can't have a coach quit every single month. And honestly, I also wasn't making any connections with them because, like I said, they were weird people. But I thought I was a failure. And then I started to realize, like, it's not me that's failing them. I just need to keep on leading the way. And then if they want to do it, they're welcome to follow. So as soon as I realized that, it was a game changer. So even on days that you feel like you're not a leader, if you are doing the things every single day, you're a leader. You're showing them the way. It might not be like walking them through every step or texting them every hour or anything like that. But if you're leading them and they follow, you're a great leader. And it's really up to them. It's not up to you. It's up to them. I attracted some strange people. There were people that signed up as a coach just because they wanted to be like a 28, 9-year-old that was happy and bubbly, and it obviously didn't work out that way because you can't age backwards, and so they stopped coaching or they left, or they just became really amazing challengers that stick with me every single month. So again, your challengers don't have to be a coach on your team, and you guys don't have to be besties. Just be aware of that. It was hard for me to reproduce what I was doing because I was trying too hard. I was literally trying to reinvent the wheel. I was trying to come up with my own emails. I was trying to come up with my own Team Sunshine training, but Team Sunshine wasn't even a thing until like a year ago, because I didn't take ownership of it. I didn't have something that made me want to fight for a team. I didn't have a name for it. I was just like trying to get people. Like, if you want to come to the party, come to the party. I don't know what we're doing here, but you're welcome to come. And that made it even harder. So again, immediate feeling of failure and not okay with feeling alone. And as soon as you see those coaches kind of disintegrate, I felt extra alone. I dropped Diamond. I mean, it was like, what am I doing here? And then my husband said, well, if you're so unhappy, just quit. And I said, that is not the answer. That's not the answer to this. And I know he said that just to get under my skin, because he always just says, well, just give up. No, just don't do that. Just want to make everybody happy. So didn't give up, kept on going. And then you find what you stand for. So we started to turn into a team, and by we, I mean I call them my Fab Five because they're always there all the time. They text me back, they show up for me, they're always on our workout calls in the morning, and over time they started to really like jump in and just go for it, and it makes me so excited. So find what you're good at. I'm really good at getting people excited about stuff. I'm really good about making people smile. I'm really good about encouraging others. And I find that if I just keep on doing what I'm really good at, then other people feed off of that, and then they get really good at that too. Also, share your vision with the team. That was one thing I took away from Summit. I don't remember who was presenting it, but I remember hearing that she was sharing more and more in depth with her team about what she envisioned for them and what she saw. And I had never done that before. I was absolutely terrified. It literally gives me goosebumps just thinking about it right now. And I never like said things out loud because I was afraid if I said it out loud that it wouldn't come true. But whenever now I say that I'm going to be a 5-star diamond coach by the end of 2020, like I feel really good about that because my girls are amazing. And I know that they have that same vision for themselves, and it makes me really excited. Again, you set the example, be the model you want represented. So if that means that like you only work once or 1 day a week, then your team is not going to work more than 1 day a week either. Or if you set the precedent of like, hey, take a picture of your challenge tracker, and then you don't do it, like that's not being there for your team. And again, you have to find what you're good at. So if maybe you're not good at that, find something that you are good at. Maybe you're good at checking in with people. Maybe you're good at encouraging people. Maybe you're good at like having a team call and just like put it on some fun music and getting a power hour done together. But find something you're good at for that. And then find what you're inviting to. Like I said, Team Sunshine wasn't even a thing. I had no idea that's what I was going to do or that's what I wanted to build. And then it was a really weird day that day, actually, the day that I came up with that. I had found, this is really silly, but I found this like yellow sweater at Goodwill, and it had heart patches on the elbows. And I was so excited that I found this yellow sweater. And then I also had like a team call with Rachel that night, and I was really feeling it. I was really feeling the yellow. I was really excited. I got 3 messages about new people who wanted to coach because I was sharing it, and I was excited about Team Sunshine that I just made up, and it didn't matter because I was excited about it, and I got everybody on board, and they have been here ever since. Like they're Team Sunshine Golden 100% and all bought in, and it makes me like I started from nothing. What is it? I started from the bottom, now I hear, right? That song, yeah. That's how I felt. So I just kept on sharing and sharing and sharing. And honestly, the more truthful I was and the more I talked about finances and income and paychecks and what groups are and invited them to participate as a poster in the group. So like on Tuesdays, Murphy shares, and on Wednesdays, Marissa shares. And like, once I started delegating to them, which again, twos are really bad at, but once I started delegating, it turned into something really magical. And they're not there just to like wait around and just like participate as a challenger. They want to participate as a coach. They want to do challenge group check-ins. They want to do posts in the group. They want to interact with each other and with challengers. So give them some ownership of it. And if they don't show up, then you need to be like, hey, where you at? What's going on? But they want to help. So give them some activities to help with, okay? And then the last thing, teamwork makes the dream work. And again, have them help. That's what they want to do. That's the last bullet. Stick to what you already know. Build team up from day one and don't recreate the wheel. I know that so many new coaches right now are getting signed up and they see that some people have been here for 3 years and their stories are great and their videos are great and their nutrition programs are great and built up. But if you don't know to start there, then don't. Start from day one. What was the most important thing you did in order to get your first challenger? Help your new coaches do that. Just help them get their first challenger. And then after they send those 3 messages, just keep on working with them to send 3 more and start from what you know. It doesn't have to be brand new. And don't feel like you have just a checklist every single day. If you're not making it meaningful and if you're not like putting any heart into it, it's not going to matter. Host groups together. It's so much more fun for everyone, and delegate the days and details. We do that with color coding. So I just copy the document, highlight for what color days, share it, and then everybody has their own color. It's really simple to share that. And when they see that they can achieve what you have, they push harder. They see, oh my gosh, that's I can do that too. I can make $300 a week. That's easy. I just have to have people sign up. That's so easy after you get the hang of it, of course. And then share their strengths and achievements. The more that you acknowledge them and the more that you celebrate them, the more that they shine. And on days that I know Marissa, she's like the first one on our workout every single morning. And so we host a like Zoom call workout in the morning for all of our challengers. And she's always the first one on. I actually get an email at 5:03. Marissa is waiting to get into the group. And I'm like, oh, Marissa, I'm almost there. But she's always the first one in there and working out. And every time that I shout her out, it's like the next day she's a minute earlier. And the next day she's working extra hard. And she's always there showing up even more whenever you shout them out. So share their strengths and achievements. And again, have them help. That's what they want to do. So if you guys are going in on a team cup, or if you guys are going in on running like just an info session for new challengers, have them help. Let them share what their strength is and work off of each other, because it makes life so much more fun that way. So that is all I have for tonight. I know I talked really fast. I'm sorry. I just get really excited. But yeah, that's all. Ta-da. There's a lot of questions up here, or chats. Let me see. You're speaking straight to my soul. Thanks, Paige. Okay, there's no questions. It was just compliments. You guys are awesome. I love you.
I love this, Jackie. I felt like it was super, super real on sharing what it looks like to build a team. What I really loved, one, is that in the beginning, you didn't attract your right people. And I think that that is so good to know. And you had 17 cancellations, maybe more. Thank you for keeping it real, because I think sometimes as you start as a new coach, you bring on a couple people, you think they're going to be like lifers, and then they're not. And maybe they do a fade out, or maybe you get that like cancellation, and it does crush your spirit. But I think it's so important to know it's like, okay, I can let that circumstance just be like, you know what? Building as a team isn't for me. You know, maybe I should just quit. Or you can be like, okay, how can I reevaluate? How can I go in and be authentically myself to attract people to me? And I definitely think that that is such a huge transition, which I saw for you, of like, well, how can I make this my own? What am I good at? What is my strengths? And then when you show up that way, your vibe attracts your tribe is so true. And I think you've done such a great job of that. But I really appreciate you telling us what the behind the scenes looked like. Because I think sometimes, like you said, we see people who've been coaching for multiple years and they have teams, and it's easy to think, well, dang, like, why am I getting people that cancel on me? I know in my first year, I only have 2 coaches for my very first year, and that is Jessica and Genevieve. And they were also 2 of my very best friends. But what you don't know is I brought on a lot of coaches my first year, and some of them were my very best friends. I really thought we were going to go 15-star that first year. I was like, this is easy. This is easy. My first 2 coaches I signed up, they're in it. We went diamond together. We're going to go 15-star. Everybody's in it. Like people that were like, oh yeah, lifers. And then they quit on me. And it's hard to be like, oh, dang, is it me? It must be me, right? But I just love that. It's like, you got to keep going. Anytime that happens, it's like, okay, well, it's not me. I always say it's not me, it's them, right? But also, what is something that I can do to be showing up and really attracting my people? Because it's also more fun when you have people that are authentically your people. We've all had those strange weirdos. I know I have, where I'm like, I don't know how I attracted you. Like, I don't know what I was putting out there. But when you find your people, oh, it feels so good. But I just love that so much. So I would just say for you, what do you think was like the biggest thing that you did differently that you felt like you were able to like show up more boldly as yourself? Like, what do you think that was like maybe got you out of your comfort zone that you felt like, I did this more and I immediately saw me attracting people? What would you say is like that one big thing?
Money, number one.
Which is interesting because you're not even motivated by money.
I know, but that like so many more people needed it, I think, and the people that needed it were the ones that reached out. And they saw that I was happy. They saw I was having a good time. And honestly, like, you know my story. I didn't even know I got paid. Rachel's like, oh, make sure you do your automatic like deposit. And I was like, am I what? Yeah, I had no idea. So, and for me, like, it wasn't for the money. For my husband, he was like, yes, sign up because I need you to make money. And again, I had no idea. But so many people, especially teachers, like getting an extra $150 a week, oh my gosh, makes a huge difference. Or like less stress whenever like you have kids in sports, you know, you have to buy new uniforms or you have to register them for stuff. And honestly, for me, that was never a motivation. It honestly never has been. But as soon as I started sharing the financial aspect of it, and I never shared it like I made $375 this week. That it was never like that because I can't. No, can't do that. But as soon as I started to say like I was able to. I think one of them was like a Disney one. I was like, I was able to rent this room for 3 nights straight to look out onto giraffes in the morning because of coaching. Like, who doesn't want to be able to afford that? You know, to be able to go and spend family fun at Disney World with their family and not have the stress of, oh my God, we're at Disney World, it's so expensive. And so that was a big game changer. As soon as and it wasn't monetary like numbers, it was monetary like value, I guess. So that was a big game changer.
Well, I think too, when you realized that some of your coaches that were on your team really needed this financially.
Yeah.
And I know that Jackie's always been like, I'm in it to help people. I'm in it to help people, but actually really did in terms of like challenge groups. I just want to help people feel better. I just want to help people feel better. And then I remember when you made that switch, like, but also I realized that there are some of my people that are like me who really do need this income to change their life. And I mean, I've made good money doing this. I know that they could too. And so I know that I love the way that you share about the financial part of it and what, not just what it allows you to do, but how, like, when you talk about it, it's always like, here's what's in it for you. I'm sharing this to show you what's in it for you and what's possible for you if you want this too. And it's super authentic.
Yeah, I love that you, like you said, not necessarily like the number amount, but like painting the vision of how it could solve a problem. Maybe it's groceries for the month. Maybe it's gas for the week, right? And like you said, for Disney, like that is anyone who is a mom, who you're probably attracting people who are moms, young moms, have small children. We know it's like, ooh, Disney, that's such a great, I want to take my kids there. And to be able to like put themselves in that way is so genuine and so authentic. So I love that. And I love that you realize too, it's like, it's easy to be like, oh, that's uncomfortable for me to share, but you do come from a place of wanting to help people. And I always say the biggest problems in America are being unhealthy and overweight. We know this is a huge epidemic, and being broke, living paycheck to paycheck. 78% of Americans are. We have the cure for both. Like, what an awesome opportunity this is. Maybe you just need help with health and fitness, or maybe you're great on health and fitness, but man, wouldn't it be nice to have a little bit of breathing room in your finances? Like, I just love this opportunity. That's why I feel like it's so unique. But thank you so much for sharing. Does anyone have any last questions for Jackie before we leave? Like I said, if you haven't followed her on social media, just take a little peep at her stories, because she is so genuine. She's so real, and it's just a joy to watch. Like, you can't help but watch her and want to smile and just keep watching. She just has that magneticism to her. And that's what I think is so great about how she's been able to find her people and share that way. Cool. Last minute questions?
Also, Laura, congrats on the baby girl.
Oh yes, Laura. Congrats.
Thank you.
Another team member.
I know. I feel like everyone thought boy. I mean, yeah, I thought boy too. So
I love it.
Awesome job, Jackie. Such a good team call.
Yes. Okay, so just as a reminder for those of you that did the actions and outcomes tracker, you should have gotten a Zoom link. If not, you'll be getting it via Facebook message right now. We're going to close off this call, and we're going to open it up for those people who did the actions and outcome tracker to dig a little deeper into recruiting your team and mentorship. So again, that's open to everyone. As long as you fill out that tracker every week, we'll post it in Team VIP family. You'll be welcome to join that group at 9 o'clock. All right. Bye, guys.